What's up, people lovers on YouTube and on Twitch? We will directly jump into the action because, well, I'm a bit late going into the set. We have in the blue trunks JorDan going with a man-at-arm opening with Franks, quite atypical. And Barles is playing Gujaras, has all his 8 picks in his mill and defended the man-at-arms, as you can see, KD. 3-1 here in favor of Barles, a pretty good opening. Scout still kept alive, now the camel died here, and Barles about to wall up his full base. This is a tournament with, I think, a significant prize pool by now. Didn't start that high, and now we are at $2,000 indeed. Actually, it might have been $2,000 at all times. Tutu's Asylum, the one organizing this one. Only land cup and map pool, pretty much only land maps. We have Arabia to begin with, Acclivity, Arena, Haboob, Sand Forests, and something like Socotra. So not a single map that has significant water on it. Socotra probably the most water, but obviously you can't access that. Striat, Kmura, Mr. Wolowitz, ESGB, and Jamie Dodgers. Welcome to the stream. Wanted to start the grind, but well, kind of also felt like let's cast a game, get into the rhythm, and then we will go into our own grind a bit later. Barles fully walled, and JorDan doesn't really play Franks like most people play Franks. Man-at-arm opening into archers. Maybe trying to think, okay, if I go scouts, opponent can too easily go for camels. So having a big archer mass could be an option for him. 4 on gold here. Some idols. Not the smoothest thing ever. Has enough wood for more farms, but feels like, okay, harassing the front is more important. And yeah, he's at least a bit annoying. Scouts not trying to go for the counter attack. Could maybe find something. One of them low HP. JorDan's walls, a bit lackluster for now. Follows up with the ones at the front. In the back, still idle. And a bit atypical, I would think. In the sense that he's, well, having quite some idols. Okay, now it tries to fix that. I fast forwarded a bit more to get into the live game. We can't be too far behind archers around here, and this feels like the game is slowing down on its own, and therefore we know that we are live. Would Camel Scouts and Feudal be an option versus Frank Scouts? Absolutely. Still relatively costly though, right? And I'm not sure about the speed. That's something I can look up at the site. I think Scouts are slightly faster. Let me check. We have Scouts having the movement speed of 1.5 or something. I think I will just open it here. Scouts have movement speed 1.2. And I think that will get faster. I think it's 1.5. I think once you get Feudal Age, you simply get faster. And Camel Scout is at 1.2. I think it's just the same. It's 1.2 both, and Capture Age just declares a bit differently. Funny, second sexiest German streamer is online. Okay. Did JorDan just turn on his stream or what? Okay. Second woodline here for JorDan, and goes for a stable in addition to his archers. Keeps his numbers reasonably high. And then it gets tricky, right? Because what do you do now? You want to go Shiramsha Riders against all those archers. Not pretty against those knights though. Stable cancelled. Build at the front. Didn't that one have like 50% already? Quite some losses. I think maybe gating here could have been a better option. And then again, you want to have the camels against all the knights. But they won't perform too well against the archers, so interesting counter system working there. Next stable here at the front. I could see stuff bugging out, but can easily be fixed, obviously. Castle timing, reasonably close for both players. Second lumber camp here, shortly before reaching Castle Age, and also second real lumber camp, real lumber spot. Relatively late to add that one. Scout harassment over here. I think JorDan can easily scare that one away with his spearman. Will easily lose it, won't even get a single hit off. And now some harassment. But JorDan is going to harass as well, but only with archers. That means Sharamsha riders can get in there, but only 2. Oh, we'll get microed away, and yeah, no losses taken there. Probably needs to be healed up though. I'm a bit surprised that he tried to move in there with 2. JorDan now with the upgrades, and that could be 1-2 dead villagers. Goes for 1 kill. First villager kill of this game. Knights coming around. We'll easily clear this one up. Sharamsha rider count up to 5. 1 low HP 1. Ooh, I don't have a good answer on when to engage here. JorDan could have, I think, went 1 tile further and then tried to shoot with all of them on 1 villager. Easy to say, obviously. Could have easily been a kill either way. Some micro here. Knight scares those skirms away and scouts are running. Now the attack upgrade. JorDan, I think maybe some uphill shots could be an option for him. Low HP, Sharamsha rider is still in there. And JorDan finds a really good pocket for himself. Low HP ones are getting microed back. And yeah, JorDan can't be too unhappy with this one. What are the upgrades here? I don't see... Oh, 75 HP is not crazy. Second armor upgrade, at least something we have. And... Oh, bloodlines actually... Those have 75 HP with bloodlines? That's a bit surprising. Okay. At least now they will clear up the rest. Forward Siege Workshop. Ooh. Bit surprised by that choice from JorDan. Does not feel like he can play the long game super comfortably here. He wants to use his crossbow numbers. Now takes the fight with the knights, but camels arrived. And Gujaras? Not sure if they're hard counter Franks, but at least it feels like they have some answers. Villager goes down at the front. JorDan? I'm surprised that he's not adding at least 1 town center before going forward. Yeah, not a great map for him. I don't really see great spots to add town centers. Probably the one at the front here. But the 2 woodlines in the back, all on very hilly terrain. Trying to focus down the camels here with the crossbows. Knight numbers are dwindling quite heavily though. That means Scout can even join the party. Monk conversion from distance. JorDan micros away. But that could potentially not be enough. Scouts are still chasing this one down. And yeah, JorDan will get out there alive. But with very reduced numbers. And 2 TC against 1 TC is still running. And Barles now sitting at +5 wills. Military wise behind. Doesn't matter too much. Can easily heal up his army. And JorDan finally adding a town center as well. Next to the gold. Obviously not a lot of wood control for the poor man. Stable number 3 added. Ooh. And goes on to stone without a town center. Interesting choice after interesting choice here. Now the monastery. Even though we have 2 scouts still alive. Maybe wants to go for some healing as well. And obviously, scouts will die eventually against all those crossbows. How are we all doing today? Pretty beautiful weather in Germany. Wasn't sure if lots of people would tune in today. Lots of people would show interest, but obviously, we can watch all over the world. JorDan played with Brits against Gujaras before this one. He went Lightcraft plus Alps and lost heavily. Pretty sure he will go Paladin plus Harp this game. Yeah, Harp feels like a very reasonable option against Gujaras. Not sure about the Paladin way though. Way too hot outside for your liking? Okay. In Germany it's still absolutely bearable. But I heard areas like Spain are going pretty wild. Oh, knights being sent in one by one. Something that doesn't excite me too much. JorDan still camps the front area. 8 villagers behind by now. Low to see gameplay here. We have 1 villager kill on each side. 30 minutes in there. And we are around the 60 villager mark. Bit surprising to me. Ooh, that wall got screwed up a bit. Small chance of a breakthrough, but knights should be here to defend. Barrel really depends on the situation. The whole week in quarantine and now this weather plus living under the roof is not that nice. Oh yeah, I can see that. Shiramsha faster than the knights. Easily get away. Scout, okay. Okay, 171. Camel at 160. So the camel rider is slower than the scout in Castle Age. I'm not sure. I think a scout doesn't get a speed upgrade moving from Feudal Age to Castle Age, right? So the early camel riders, a good counter to the scouts to answer the question from earlier, but you can't really force the fight that much. Oh, sloppy play by JorDan. Might lose 1 monk, but kills a Shiramsha rider. I think that's fine for Barles if he just heals up now. But obviously lots of pressure here at the front. Grabs another archer, but loses the scout in exchange. Clears up that Cheats workshop, but that's why JorDan is trying to replace them. Goes for the one at the left hand side. Scorpions behind. Ooh. That's something I did not see as an option. JorDan basically killing 2 villagers here. Or close to it. Oh, and now the Scorpions actually finding lots of kills. Where the monks behind. Okay, now they scare the knights away. Took 1 hit. And that's it. Some army in the back. Oh, this is getting intense. Oh, don't take the fight, Barles. Oh, that feels risky. Takes the fight uphill. Monks out of position at the top. Also, Scorpion still not a single shot from them. And JorDan has to be happy how he's taking this fight. Downhill here. Now finally the monks can start their conversion. Scorpions finally with the shots in. JorDan micros away though. And it feels like Gujaras with their extra bonus. And now all the Scorpions shredding through the crossbows here are actually taking a better engagement than I thought. And Gujaras looking hot. Barles with a really good opening. And took a fight that I thought would easily go in favor of the Franks. But Gujaras just doing crazy damage with their camels. Remember, plus 50% bonus damage. And therefore just tracked through most of the cavalry there. Whew. JorDan is open on the woods. Yeah, it doesn't really matter that much right now, since we are going for the aggression at the frontier. Now the 1 villager castle. Wow. Town center 3. Camel still trying to make something happen. And remember, with the late town centers of JorDan, Barles with an 8 villager lead. So nice setup for the long one. Interesting engagement to start this one up. And JorDan monk won't get the conversion. Oh, that was such a long one. That was such a long conversion process, but didn't finish the job. Also, Mangonels died here with only taking down 1 Scorpion. Barles looks like he is in reasonable control. More villagers in the queue for both sides. Pretty obvious choice here. Game kind of stabilized and not much to do. Feels like we're going more into the imp phase, and then we have to think about eco upgrades. 5 on the side of JorDan, only 3 the early feudal ones for Barles. Should maybe catch up, and that's indeed what he's doing. This is best of 3 or best of 5. The dots at the top here are indicating it, but I also heard that, for example, some mobile people have problems seeing those. It is a best of 5. Now moving out to the golds. The front feels like expanding is an option. Shiramsha riders trying to find something. Ooh, now this conversion was a bit faster. Also farm upgrade now. That conversion should not go through. Some villagers are going to die. And Barles should be ahead by 10. Eco KD now 8-1. Make it 9-1 pretty soon. And we're going on to pikemen here. Even the minute-arm misclick in there. And Barles needs to disengage. That's a horrible fight. Why are we taking this one? Ooh. A bit of AU2 before I go to the party. Oh, the party. Frau Freud. Not a party, but she's so important. She goes to the party. But doesn't capture it show gold and stone upgrades? Well, where do you want to show it? You could technically show it, but yeah. What they did is simply asking casters, okay, what should we display? How should it look like? And then some people, including me, gave them a list. Those are the upgrades that we want. Ballistics, bloodlines are the upgrades that make lots of sense. I actually think bloodlines is an upgrade that we don't need to necessarily show. Simply because it's easily checked. And there's no like crazy bloodline timing for casters. You got it, Nelly? Ooh, so I'm just getting in there. Bit of idle town center here apparently for Barles. As you can see, not reproducing out of all of them. And although he finds lots of villager kills, advantage actually got smaller. Market and University in the back. JorDan thinking about going hand cannoneers maybe? Not sure why we need a university right now. Or maybe thinks about masonry. Wouldn't husbandry over bloodlines be better in CA? Well, I think husbandry is less significant. Plus, husbandry is something that you could actually technically see as a viewer. So, I think bloodlines over husbandry makes sense. Conversion here, I think, could go through. 3 knights. No, won't find the kill. Micro here. We'll find most of the kills. Also, pikeman at the top should die. And this will be tricky for... Do we see the conversion here? Knight actually doing quite some work and not getting converted. Still see some raids here, but pikemen are dealing with those. Population, pretty even. And we see... Charity's upgrade. As we all know, that's obviously the upgrade. Military cost minus 25% food. And as my chat told me, that actually means that you can, for example, build long swords or 200 swordmen for 30 food each. Which sounds pretty crazy. A small misclick there. Oh, that's good positioning though. That's really good positioning. He totally knew what that upgrade does. Yeah. I just want to show you. Some people are the reading learn type. So, if I tell something, they won't know. Or they won't remember. That's what I'm doing. So, elite Chakram throwers. Castle number 3 in the back. Feels like Barles will absolutely be happy with that army composition. And as you can see, JorDan goes hand cannoneer halberdier. I think makes lots of sense. I think it makes lots of sense. University rather late for Barles. Relic control, okay-ish for him, I would think. Should get 3, while JorDan should get 2. Some more raids here. 14 villager kills in total. Barles now 10 ahead. Goes for light cav. And those should be pretty damn cheap with 60 food. And yeah, those chakrams now. Damage output isn't crazy by them. 6? How good are these throwers? Well, damage output is very minimal. What they do is they do damage like a scorpion, right? In one line. So if we have massive fights and everything is grouped up and you can micro back a bit, then they become really strong. But hand cannoneers, as we all know, a unit that attacks from distance. So should be a really good counter. Also their infantry. So I think they are better than you will see now. Because hand cannoneers are a really good counter to them. Let's see. You really always want to close the distance against them. And that's what you see, right? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And JorDan needs to micro back. Halberdiers don't stand a chance. And now this gets tricky. Micro against them is not easy. You kind of want to spread, always want to shoot from distance. And they're throwing in their disc. Villagers have to run as well. And this is quite some nice control. JorDan now with the defensive castle. Hand cannoneer count at 13. Sends him some small ones. And obviously them being melee means they should do quite some damage there against the buildings. If they were to combat that area. Hussars now being added as well. Remember, 60 food for them. Are Chakram throwers getting cheaper as well from the upgrade? Probably they do, right? Everything. That should be an easy kill against the gate. Do we want to commit there though? Not 100% sure. Also low HP units, obviously not great against hand cannoneers. So because of their crazy damage. Everything food? Okay. That raid is getting pushed back as well. Hussar, Camel chasing this one away. And Knights need to run. Ballistics now coming in for JorDan. Not really sure what we are researching that one for. Also, we see lots of Hussars in the queue. Barles needs to add some more stables. Feels like only 4 stables out of him. And that's a tricky army composition to deal with. How many stables do we have, Barles? 5 stables now. Okay. Would still love to see some more. 26 Hussars in the queue. If you only pop 190. Not the craziest thing ever. And now he gets some raids in. And that's not easy to deal with if you're JorDan here. Hand cannoneers really clumped up. And JorDan microing away though. Does a really good job. Now gets a good volley in. Gets a second good volley in. And that's the power of the Chakram throwers. And as you saw, JorDan, that was too tight of an area to retreat through. And that's the power of them. Whew, looks really good for Barles here. And gets quite some control. JorDan, as you can see, still very clumped up. You always want to have spread formation. Want to be all around the Chakram throwers. Not try to engage through one pass and more raids. Barles is playing a really good game. Really controlled one. Whew, come on, that's broken? No, it absolutely is not. Where were you the last 20 years when Scorpions were there as well? That's simply the thing that the unit is good against. Right? If we had 10 Scorpions here and JorDan would have disengaged in that area, would have looked the same. Even worse. Okay, now the first armored elephants are being sent in as well. More Hussars for the raid, and JorDan really struggling. Still pop 180, looking okay. Now squeezes in some light cav as well. But obviously we'll lose quite some control here at the front. Another castle will easily go up, but only after seeing quite some villager losses. We will even get into the 40s here when it comes to villager losses. If Barles continues like this. 20 population lead, and oh, only now the last armor for the Chakram throwers. Obviously a unit that really works well. Oh, and no, oh, JorDan. Oh no, that's chivalry. Okay, I will take it back. Or did he? Did he just cancel chivalry? Oh, that's a lot of hand cannoneers. Oh, how are we disengaging here? Oh no, oh no, oh no! JorDan! Oh, and I think especially like the one from here, sending them one by one, or just rebuilding archery range in the back. He has a 1000 wood. I think 4 more archery ranges here. Something like this area could have been way better for him, trying to reinforce from this area. Obviously bombard cannons would be great against this, right? 40 damage per shot. Then they easily die, double connection, and Chakram throwers are not going to achieve too much anymore. Now you want to shoot the ones at the front, you know in what direction JorDan wants to disengage, and Chakram throwers really doing well. We even see the siege elephant upgrade, so those rams basically will do even more damage. Full control here for Barles, 3 relics against 2, more than 40 villager kills indeed. And JorDan still stays at reasonable population. I don't really see him moving towards the army that he wants to go through or get to. 47 halberdiers, certainly not the answer to all those chakram throwers. Now he moves in here, that sounds absolutely horrible. Some hussars at the front, and I think that's just a shrieking fest here for our player from Poland. Can micro this one away quite easily. Give me another volley in the back. Oh, could have been the full kill, but didn't even need to go for that. JorDan at pop 160 tries to expand a bit further to the left-hand side, but that one will be denied. So many buildings going down now. JorDan losing more and more control. Hussars trying to jump onto the trap. Won't seem to be successful. That raid is stopped, but mainly because it tried to find another angle. It seems like Gujaras having a lot of answers. JorDan has to call the GG. Really well played by Barles. Really well played. And the power of Gujaras. JorDan tried to go for the crossbow composition there together with the knights. Had one big fight, but Barles cleared that one up. Also JorDan, as I said, atypical play from him. Late town centers. And that's why Gujara player was ahead in economy this whole time. Remember, we also had the mill here with the 8 picks inside. So, Barles economy just so much better till basically we reached imp. Then it kind of got even. Really well played by Barles. Really patient player as well. Just felt like he had an answer to everything JorDan threw at him. Nice one. Really nice one. And Barles with a really nice KD there. Obviously in the end should be pretty brutal as well. Economy wise, actually pretty close. I'm a bit surprised, probably because JorDan had the better eco upgrades for so much longer. Yeah, must have been one of the reasons. And we see the really nice play, nice execution. APM a bit better, and I think I want to check eco upgrades again. 8 eco upgrades here, and actually we are only missing the last farm upgrades. So, well, that can't be the reason. But that's the 1-0 for Barles. For everyone on YouTube, click the video to see the rest of the set.